What's up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in Call of Duty doing a little FFA on Showdown with the Scorpion Evo. I don't have any attachments on it. It's bare bones. And I'm running 6 perks because I've recently prestiged the weapon. But today we're kind of talking about a controversial topic. It's something that I saw in the news that kind of freaked me out. For those of you guys who know, there was a shooting in the United States right before the holidays where a bunch of kindergartners were mowed down by a crazy man. Basically, the teacher's son had mental issues, shot her in the head, grabbed her guns, went to the school, and then killed the people at the school. And it was fucked up. It was horrible, and I don't think anybody's disagreeing that that was a fucked up thing and, just terrible. Well, now, obviously, people are freaking out over this. We don't want it to happen again. We have a series of school shootings that happen every couple of years, apparently, and, the gun control lobby is wanting to push for stricter gun control laws to where we can hopefully keep this, guns out of crazy people's hands. And the gun lobbies are wanting the ability for people with licenses, like for instance, you can get a license to carry a concealed handgun in most states in the country. That if you have that license, you should be able to take it onto school property. So that way, if you're a teacher and you have the correct licensing and training, etc., then you should be able to keep your weapon on you on school grounds, which at the moment you can't do. So that way, when one of these crazy wackos comes onto school property, at least some of the teachers could be armed, and it would keep, right now, crazy people know for a fact that schools are wide open. If you walk on a school property, you got 10, 11, 12 minutes until the police arrive, or campus police, depending, and you can have free reign. So at the moment, the Obama administration is trying to push through some quote-unquote changes. They met with the anti-gun control, or the gun control lobby yesterday, and today they're meeting with video game people, entertainment industry folks, and of course the NRA, which is America's big gun lobbyist. And with the two groups, Biden is supposed to come up with something and then try and push that through. Well, the issue we've got right now is Congress is working on the financial aspect, so it's going to be a couple months before Congress can really get to the gun issue, which the Obama administration doesn't want to wait for. And so they're going to use executive orders to push through at least some of that stuff. And what executive orders means is basically the president orders something to come through temporarily, and then, the Congress will eventually catch up and either yay or nay it, and, it kind of goes on from there. And his executive order powers are limited. It's not like he can just rescind the constitutional amendment that allows, you guys to carry weapons completely. So that would require a lot more stuff. But, he could force background checks or things along those lines, penalize the entertainment industry in some way for violent video games and things along those lines, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know. I just think it's a little crazy that we are trying to point the blame on so many things that just seem completely asinine to me. I mean, violent video games. I've been playing violent video games since I was 10, and I've got weapons, and I've never gone crazy. I mean, I get mad at people, but I don't go and decide, it's time to just end this shit. And, people... I guess my point is crazy people do crazy things regardless of what's on TV, what video games they're playing, etc., etc. And if you can't determine the difference between reality and make-believe, it doesn't matter. You're going to have problems regardless. So, the NRA wants to arm teachers if they have the appropriate licensing, because you can get concealed handgun permits in the United States. And if you have those permits, then you currently cannot enter school property. If you have that permit as a teacher, you'd be able to get on school property and defend your classroom should the need arise. And it would also, kind of let people know that school grounds aren't fair, free game. So, of course, the anti-gun lobby thinks that's absolutely crazy, because then you've got more guns, and they don't think more guns is the solution. And I mean, I can understand some of their points, but at the same time, it is a constitutional right. If you're going to allow people to do it, you're going to give them that option. Then I think it's kind of crazy to say, well, you have this right, but the right doesn't extend to this area, especially when that area seems to be a rather nasty spot where people seem to take advantage of it. So, you know, I'm kind of interested to see what you guys think. I am a Texan. I'm a Republican, so I'm a little crazy when it comes to guns, and I kind of lean my own certain way. And I learned a while back that not everybody thinks the same way I do, but I would love to hear some of you guys' opinions on it. I know a lot of you guys that don't live in the United States think it's kind of crazy the way we do things over here, but we kind of think it's crazy the way y'all do things, so it's all good. But let me know in the comment section what you think about the executive orders, what you think should be done to try and rectify this solution. It's a tricky one. I mean, no matter what you do, you're going to piss somebody off. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please click the like button. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.